All right, let's go ahead and tap into this money and career energy to find out what you need to know. All right, so let's go ahead and see what we have here. First card here is unlocking. All right, this says what was locked can now be opened. All right, so that's the key right there. It says you have opened the floodgates of abundance without limitations. Blocks are there to tell you that you're steering off track. So number one, unlocking what was locked can now be open. So if there's a specific opportunity or an area that you were looking to go into and it seemed as if it was just difficult, it was hard for you to break through, it just wasn't going right, now is the time to try again. Now is the time because the door is open. You see it says unlocking, okay? Now, along that course and along that journey, if the blocks are there, if there are things that are stopping you or hindering you or derailing you, it's to tell you or show you or indicate that you may be veering off track. You may need to reanalyze or look at what's going on just to make sure that you're going in the right direction. Okay. But this is a good thing right here. All right. Let's pull another card here. This says spirituality in the reverse. Okay. It says use money magical spells to increase wealth and prosperity. Now this was in the reverse, y'all. Spiritual advisor, healer, tarot reader, or anything in the occult, you've been guided. You're being guided to discover your unique spiritual path right now. All right. So with this being in the reverse, this is already letting me know that for some reason there may have been a disconnect. Okay, now a lot of times when we disconnect from certain things, we tear away from, or we just kind of distance ourselves, is because of negative experiences that we've had. So either if you've tried to tap in and you felt as if your prayers weren't being answered, you've been doing your money rituals or your money spells, your jar spells, and it feels like it just ain't been going right, you have to factor in a whole lot of things. Number one, are you in the right energy? Are you in the right space? Like whatever you do, whatever you touch, you put your energy into it, right? So even when you cooking food, you putting your energy into it, right? So people can tell when you do stuff half-ass. People can tell when you do stuff wholeheartedly. So if you're not in a capacity mentally and emotionally and physically and spiritually to be doing some of this work that you're doing, you kind of back off. Or if you're too tired mentally and spiritually, you're not going to have the energy needed to be able to infuse and put into those rituals or those spells or those prayers or whatever it is you're doing. So a lot of times when we don't see the results and you already subconsciously know that you're not putting your all into it anyway, you just kind of back up. So that's why that spiritual card is in the reverse. So it's saying now it's time to lock back in. It's time to tap back in. All right. And then let's pull one more card. Gaia. All right. This says trust that the universe has a better plan than you do. Protecting the planet, herbal, or working with nature in some kind of way. Spend time with nature to be healed, soothed, and regroup. What this is telling me is, number one, you got to get back to your roots. Get back to square one. Get back to you. Get back to the basics. So remember I said when you might be tired emotionally, you had negative experience, you just not in a good space, then, nothing really turns out right. But now what Spirit is saying, get back to you, get back to the basics, build yourself back up. And how do you do that? Connecting back to the things that help to build you up. I'm talking about anywhere from the foods that you eat, the things that you drink, really the intake. What are you intaking? Whatever you intake has to build you up at this point so you can be able to build your energy spiritually, emotionally, physically, mentally, all together. You are coming back. You are building yourself back up. Gaia, you see this card right here has green. Gaia is green. It reminds me of Earth. Gaia is Earth. So it's bringing you back to, it's bringing you grounded. It's grounding you again. You know, things may have been in disarray, but now it's a point of grounding yourself so you can become stable again, and that way you can rebuild.